Hey guys, Lever Freeman here, and today we're playing some more Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich mod, and today we're going to be playing as someone asked for the Russian state, so I guess we're going to go do that, and then my next two campaigns will be Japan and I guess United States here, and we'll probably do Pacific States when we do USA, someone asked for that, so we'll do it. So we'll just load in with the Russians, and I always play with like the regular game rules, so I don't really change anything. So if you watch any of my campaigns, then that's settings are on. All right, so Russian Republic. So Russian Republic currently you're led by Alexander Kerensky, and if you've played Kaiserreich before, you know that he's going to bite the bullet pretty quickly. And they don't really have too many friends right now, right? Like they're not really in a faction. They're kind of off by themselves, and they're getting hit pretty hard by that Brest-Litovsk DC, like all this clay over here that is a rightful Russian clay, or it should be, is occupied by these little Reichspakt puppets. So it's a bit of a piss off for us. And what we're trying to do here is we're going to have to avenge the defeat in the First Weltkrieg again, and try and make Russia great again, like turn it into the juggernaut that it should be. So I guess. With that in mind, like we've got Transmer over here, and they're like the Japan's pocket Russia over here, led by Kolchak, who thinks he's actually supreme leader of Russia, even though he's just got this little itty bitty slice. So like he's on our hit list of people who are gonna have to go and send into the work camps. We got this clay over here in Central Asia. I think Alash Orda is currently our puppet. We're gonna have to integrate them by force if necessary. And then also push into Central Asia, and then of course in the Caucasus, it's a little bit unfortunate for them that our oil is buried under their land, but we're just gonna have to go and remedy that, and take the land too, I suppose. We've got to have access to our oil, so we're gonna have to do that, and then take over this eastern bloc. So that's kind of what you're trying to do as Russia. I think you also get claims you can connect Persia down here as well, and the Straits over here. So you have control of the Black Sea, you can get this, you get your fleet out of there and whatnot. So as Russia, you're just kind of waiting in the wings over here. You're going to build up. You're going to be pretty strong most of the time, and then you're just kind of smashing through all these various people that are holding on to stuff that you claim. So it sets you up. Your enemies probably are going to be the German Empire and friends over here. Excuse me. You're going to have to, if you're going to the Caucasus and you want to push through to do the complete the expansionist focus tree, which you look down here. So you go to war in the Caucasus, so you're going to take out the Caucasus countries and the Donkubian Union. Central Asia is what you do first. We talked about that. That's the Alash Orda and the Turkestan Republic there. And then repudiate Brest-Litovsk is avenging the Weltkrieg 1 defeat. You go in and you take out the Reichspakt and friends, and you also get claims on a little bit of land up here in Finland. And Finland often joins the Reichspakt as well. So, we got that. And also, on the last one is down over here. This is like your campaign in the Middle East against Persia and the Ottomans, and then over here you're going to go and take over Transimir and their ambitions to become real Russia, and then also deal with the Empire of Japan. So you've got enemies on all sides, but you do get to kind of pick your fights a little bit. So that's nice. Now that's more or less the political situation from Russia. You do get the option to create the Moscow Accord when you do these, and you can potentially flip people over to your team. So, as like a disclaimer, I haven't really played all that much Russia. I did one campaign once, I think last patch, and I found them to be pretty strong. Like the main hard part with Russia, anyways, you got like when you go to war with the Reichspakt, if Finland's in the Reichspakt, the Donkubian Union's in the Reichspakt, it's like you have this massive front line here, and unfortunately, because Russia is a bit cut up compared to vanilla, like you're missing a lot of these really populous areas over here, like especially Ukraine. You do run into manpower problems trying to hold such a large front line. So like that's like the major problem that you're going to have as Russia. But like your industry is really strong, your technology level is going to be pretty strong, and you got all the clay to expand that you need. So they're in a pretty strong spot, or that was my opinion, anyways. As playing the Russians, but again, like it's not a country that I have extensive experience with. So again, like this is more of like a let's play than a guide. So keep that in mind, and we'll see how things work out for us this time. So It was requested that we play as specifically the Russian state. And if you've played Kaiserreich before, you'll know that the Russian state is led by Savinkov. They're like the Nat Pop Russia, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's nice we get to play as a based ideology as opposed to social democrats and a bunch of commies over here. And even authoritarian Democrat, as we played as UK last time, is a little bit tame. But we're gonna get to play some we're gonna get to play the extremely based Savinkov Nat Pop, and we're gonna make Russia great again. So that's basically what's on the agenda for this campaign. And let's go and take stock again, like we always do. So currently we're led by the social liberals under Kerensky, and you can see Russia's a little bit fractured over here. They got a lot of things going on in this pie chart, and Kerensky slice is this itty bitty portion over here. So not doing so hot. Occupied territories. We have, I guess, some Transmurian clay over here. Guess that makes sense. They've got claims on some of our land to start with. They're not resisting. And puppets, we just have the Alash Orda like we were talking about over there. Laws, we're on volunteer only right now. And we're not going to have a problem switching those laws up. Our war support's in the gutter right now, so there's our stability, but we'll get that fixed. Export focused trade law, again, that's what most people start on, and also toaster economy, what most people start on. Current government, and again, this is all going to change pretty quickly. With again, Kerensky dies right off the bat. If you played Kaiserreich before, and then after that kind of sets the stage for whichever path you want to go down for your politics. I wouldn't imagine that these guys are going to stay around very long. So again, it's not really something that you're going to consider because they're going to be flipped out. You get some political power gain, more political power gain, some okay stuff over here, but this guy's pretty bad to have. You don't want a negative 7% stability, but again, he's going to die and that's going to get flipped around. So. Up here, 1.58 political power per day. Again, that's much lower than some of the other countries we're playing. And unfortunately, Kerensky over here is not helping the situation at all. So he's one of the kind of rare leaders that actually has an effect. Most of them are neutral; they don't do anything. But Kerensky does have a negative 10% political power gain and hurts our stability. What a guy, Kerensky. Our political popularity is, of course, pretty abysmal at 20%. Stability is awful at 8%. Average is more around 50. But then again, even with these low stabilities, the output hits aren't as extreme as they used to be. They're still pretty bad if you get down you have Germany with Black Monday and negative 60 or something like that. But it's bad, but it's not crippling. War support also in the gutter, only 15%. So we can't even move up to bullets economy right now, so until it's been fixed a bit. 263,000 guys is not a lot for a major, but we are on volunteer only. Russia has decent manpower, but like I said, their main problem is that you need a lot of manpower to hold this large front, and we'll have to manage that, and we'll talk about how some plans that I have that might help out with that situation. In fact, our current industry is a little bit low for a major, 53. It's still better than Canada, but not by a huge margin. And 38 civilians, 13 military factories, and 2 naval dockyards. Fuel, we have 14 oil, which is, it's okay. We got something, but still, if you're trying to run an army, you're gonna need more oil than that. But we do have, even if you decide to leave these guys alone and take them out later, you do have land trade to Azerbaijan, you have land trade to Persia, you have land trade to the Ottomans. So, your oil situation as Russia is pretty secure. And like I said, you're gonna get claims to go and push into these people and take them over and control that oil directly later on, anyways. So. Russia's not really in a precarious spot for their fuel. And because your country's so big, you start off with a decent stockpile already of 211k stockpile capacity. So that's nice. Only 59 convoys and the usual nothing for experience. Decisions. I think we do get a vote on the Legation Council, I think. We'll see about that when we get the event. I might not be remembering that, but again, Legation Council is not really that important strategically. And then currently we have the the usual fixing decisions, nothing special. Intelligence Agency, we don't start with one, but the way the national focus tree works out is most of your focus tree is locked until you've dealt with the political fallout of Kerensky, but you do get the option to reintroduce the Ukraine over here, and when you take that, that's going to give you a free political intelligence or a free intelligence agency as well as a boost to that including an extra operative slot. So you can start doing operations right away, which is pretty nice. Research, they just added a fourth research slot to Russia, so you're on par with all the other majors, which again makes them even stronger than they were last time I played them. And let's take a look at our research situation. So infantry, you start with 1936 guns, and that's it. So pretty bad. Like, you don't even have trucks researched. You got no special forces, so not great. You're a little bit behind. Support companies, you get shovels and recon, so that's okay. It's on par with a lot of the other majors. Tanks, we're missing light tanks and heavy tanks. So this is that's pretty rough. That's a rough spot to be in. So you're gonna have to do an extra research. Most of the other majors we played had both, I think, even, and a lot of countries start with at least light one researched. But Russia is a bit behind in their armor technology. Artillery, Russia does not have access to anti-air like the other majors. We just have basic artillery. So again, a little bit behind. And doctrine, we have no doctrine, and your doctrine that you're going to have, like if you come to their tree over here, like Russia has like a pretty big tree, but a lot of it's like split up into these mutually exclusive options, right? So whichever tree that you're going to get is going to determine which doctrine that you want, probably, right? Like again, you can pick whichever tree you want, and they're going to give you these bonuses for specific doctrines, and you don't have to take those bonuses if you don't want to, but then you're throwing away 100% research bonuses, so that's not really something you ever want to be doing. And so each of these trees over here, when you come down them, and like again, like I mentioned on my my Canada video, like yeah, sure, people might think superior firepower is the strongest doctrine, which again, I think depending on the situation that might be debatable. But if you want superior firepower, then you're going to be either losing 2 bonuses or coming down the superior firepower tree. And the overwhelming firepower tree, I think that's going to get you the access to the special forces, along with everything else except for mass assault will have access to this. But your specific bonuses that you're going to get, command power gain, that's okay. And then you get this leadership experience gain, doctrine, research speed. I mean, like these aren't great bonuses to get compared to the other stuff. If you do grand battle plan, you're going to have the ability to come down here and get infrastructure construction speed 10%, which is nice because you're probably going to have to build a lot of infrastructure, especially if you want to go to the campaign in the east against Japan. You'll need to build up all of Siberia, and this will help you out with that. It's also going to give you 2 free researches. So, I mean, that's like pretty nice. You do need the truck research for that. And then you can come down here and get 2 bonuses for mechs. So like mech's pretty decent, right? Against the AI, even if you don't have like a whole lot of tanks, mech units are pretty hard. They can usually do well for you, and even if you're a bit behind on your tanks and you have like a decent mech unit, I mean, you should still be okay. So that's like an option for grand battle plan. If you want to come down here, that's what you get. Spearhead doctrine is like you get this completely overpowered focus over here, which gives you 2 research bonuses at 50% and a reduction of your ahead of time penalty by 2 years. So again, this is like pretty obnoxiously good. I mean, this is probably one of the most overpowered national focuses in Kaiserreich is down here under the mobile warfare tree. And then in addition to that, you're going to get armor research time bonus, 10% from here, plus a national spirit that gives you reliability and max speed, which are both like very nice bonuses to have. Usually your tanks are a little bit slower than your mech and your motorized, so being able to get an extra 10% speed is going to improve the speed of your unit. So really strong buffs down the mobile warfare tree. And then with mobile warfare too, like I said, sometimes manpower is a problem with Russia. So you have the option to come down this and like pick up like an extra 5% recruitable population, which maybe you want to do if you're in that spot. And then like you can always switch over later, right? If you don't need the manpower anymore, you can always just go and like do a few researches, and probably that'll let you in the game. You can have army experience lying around anyway, so you can get these at a discount with the experience. So that's like, it's nice that you have that flexibility with mobile warfare. So probably that's what we're going to be doing this game. We're going to be going for this focus. And then mass assault. So mass assault's going to get you a 10% reduction in infantry equipment costs, which is pretty substantial. But, again, like infantry equipment, is that something we're really going to need all that much? I don't know. Usually you wind up with a lot of it after you start capitulating people anyways. It's not usually like it's not usually in the red unless things are going badly. well-equipped force over here, and then these are just research bonuses and whatnot. You get 1% recruitable population here and negative 20% training time. So you can like queue up infantry and just like throw them in the field pretty much instantly if you have this. Plus, I think if you go down the actual doctrine for mass assault, like there's it reduces your division training time as well. Minimum training level minus 10%. Is there another one down here? I don't think so. Yeah, so it's like minus 30%, right? It's like you need pretty much no training on your guys to like get them out in the field. You got something like this. So that's that. That's pretty much it for like your army. Those are like the decisions that you're gonna have to make, and then you get, regardless of whatever you pick, you get a free 2 100% research bonuses from here. That's quite nice, and yeah, also kind of combined with the army is the Air Force, so you're gonna have to do a little bit over here. So it's like unfortunate that's kind of like buried under some of these focuses. Like if you don't really need infantry weapon and artillery upgrades, and you still have to take that before you can come down here and do your air, and then you do get 2 100% bonuses, which is nice for this stuff over here. But overall, air is like a little bit lackluster for Russia. It's just like a bunch of research bonuses, right? You're not getting any sick national spirits or anything like that. And then you also get a couple other ones over here that's going to improve your intelligence network this way and political power. Get commissars for more recovery rate. And yeah, so I mean this is like pretty strong national focus tree for the army there. Like especially for the Spearhead Doctrine coming down here. Like these are pretty sick buffs, and like this is obnoxious here. Like you're gonna have 1943 heavy tanks very quickly. And then you get this one over here regardless of whatever you pick, and that's going to give you a year of negative 5% consumer goods and 10% factory output for rearmament. Kind of the downside to Russia's tree, though, is that everything is 70 days, so that they're all like pretty long focuses. So I think probably we're going to go with Mobile Warfare Doctrine, but again, you can pick whichever doctrine you want, but they all have like their own unique trees. Like just like be aware of that. Like just be aware that if you pick superior firepower, you're kind of like giving up that sick spirit or that sick research boost for heavy tanks, or whatever tank you want actually, but usually you want to go heavy. But you can definitely take it still, and you still get something, right? Navy is like behind by like pretty fucking far. Like you get some nice submines over here. I mean that's something a lot of people don't get. Yeah, but and you get transports, but you're on like 1930. You're on like not even that. It's like 1920 hulls. You got only Weltkrieg level stuff. You don't have revived armored cruisers. You don't have dreadnought hulls. You don't have ammunition for your ships. Your subs would be like your most up to date thing that you have, which I guess is fine because Russia's not really naval power. Yeah, so Navy not great for Russia. So Naval Doctrine again. When you come down over to your national focus tree, you're going to get a pick over here of whichever one you want. And these are just going to give you, I think, more or less just research bonuses for various stuff over here. And then regardless of whichever one of these you pick, you have like your dockyard focuses over here. And this gives you a ahead of time bonus for capital ships, carriers, and battleships. And you also get a ahead of time bonus for destroyers and submarines. Like you can kind of game that, right? Like if you wanted to rush your advanced submarine, you start that now maybe, and then you can go and get modern submarine with that like real fast with the ahead of time, the ahead of time buff that you get there. So like these are like pretty good. Like if you want to modernize your navy, like you're gonna get 3 dockyards here, you're gonna get 3 dockyards here, you're gonna get 3 dockyards here, and like all this other coastal forts and infrastructure and stuff like that for various places. So that's and all those ahead of time resources as well. I think like for Sevastopol you have to actually own Sevastopol though. I think Ukraine starts with this, but 12 dockyards over here that you can pick up and a bunch of research, naval bases, infrastructure. If you take that for Transmore, you get even more. So, pretty nice naval tree. But again, like you're starting from pretty much nothing, so like you do need something to catch up. But it's nice that you get these ahead of time bonuses, so you could like, if you decide you want to take on Japan, like you can get modern subs pretty quickly. And these are unfortunately, I think these are 105-day focuses, so they're a bit longer to get. But I think this one down here is still this is still only 70. So that's basically it for Navy. Pick any doctrine you want, but it's going to determine which researches you get. Air also pretty abysmal for Russia. You get shitty in-war fighters and shitty in-war bombers. You get nothing. You get nothing that's modern. So, yeah, there you go, right? Air doctrine. Again, I think we looked at the air doctrine tree a little bit earlier, but there's like, I'm pretty sure you can just pick whichever doctrine you want. This is one research bonus, two research bonuses down here. Yeah, so you can pick whichever doctrine you want for air. It's not really going to matter. But you are behind. And again, you don't really get anything that's like really obnoxious in the way for air that I saw that you do kind of get for Navy and Army there. So industry, we don't have electronic engineering. So again, we're like a bit behind on that. Most majors will start with that, so it's not great for us. And industry, we start with nothing. We don't even have fuel storage, so that's a bit unfortunate. Like, fuel storage is pretty good to have. I always like to have a few fuel silos just to make sure if we have to do a prolonged campaign or something. Like, you don't want to have to try and buy all of your oil and micromanage that production to match your usage. Like, I find it's like your game is like a lot smoother if you have fuel storage, in my opinion. And as Russia, we're like definitely not strapped for building slots, so it's a little bit unfortunate that we don't get that. Diplomacy. So, legation cities, we do have military access and non-aggression with them. And again, those are like those little foreign-controlled cities in China. I think most of the Western powers have this. Allied autonomy is our puppet, and then we have a bunch of people that'll like us or not like us depending on our alignment. But we're not in a faction or anything. Trade. So Russia has huge amounts of steel, huge amounts of chromium, decent supply of tungsten, and a moderate amount of oil, and a decent amount of aluminum. No rubber though. It's like your resource position as Russia is quite strong. Like, you're not really, the only thing you're really lacking is rubber, and you can get rubber from like German East Asia down here or something. Maybe not after you go to war with them. I think Siam also has rubber. Yeah, they got 237 rubber in Siam. So it's like you have like a land trade available for like pretty much all that stuff that you're gonna want. And again, like, you have domestic resources that you can just have direct control over for pretty much everything that you're gonna need. So you don't really need to worry about that at all. The convoy protection or securing strategic resources not really a thing for Russia. Except for the oil over here to kind of knock us off over the top. But like I said, even then you can get land trades, so that's quite nice. Construction. We have like a decent civilian industry, as you can kind of see going now. Like, I don't know if we really want to build factories there, to be honest. Maybe we want to start. But we are on toaster economy, and I think the rule is if you have at least 5 building slots available, infrastructure will help your, like, it's faster to get factories to build infrastructure there and get the 10% bonus because of this 30% debuff that you get over here. We could also build fuel silos, which we might want to do too, but I don't know. I'm going to queue up some factories over here in Moscow, I guess. We'll do that. Or, maybe I will build some infrastructure first. Go like that. See where that gets us. But, again, unfortunately, like a lot of countries start out, we're going to have instability. Germany's going to get hit with Black Monday, and they're going to demand we pay war debts off in advance or something. And so it's kind of like Germany, but you're going to get hit real hard, real fast, but you bounce back faster as Russia. You bounce back quite a bit faster as Russia. Production. So yeah, probably we don't want to be building Weltkrieg air tanks. That's a waste. Probably don't want to be building these out-of-date planes. That's a waste. I would like to get trucks, but unfortunately we don't really have trucks available. I think we'll put another one support equipment. I guess 200, and then we'll just put the rest of the stuff on the guns, and we'll kind of roll with that for now, I guess. Naval Dockyard. So I think for now we'll just build convoys. Like, I don't think there's really any point in building like these. Like, we don't really need convoy protection in the form of destroyers, and we don't really have anything worthwhile. Except for we could maybe go with, like, I think we get improved submarines. Even though this is like a pretty crappy submarine to have, so it's like, well, let's build convoys. We only have 2 dockyards anyways. Recruit and deploy. Let's get our template. So you're gonna have a 7-2 division is your default template as the Russians. So I forgot that was a thing. We got 7-2 with recon. So like maybe we want to put a bit more in artillery. And Russia has, like I said, we might be manpower constrained as Russia, and we have tungsten, and we're not going to be using that for medium tanks, so we're going to go heavy. So like, it's not a problem for us to build more artillery. So let's go. I don't build 7.2s very often, so I'm not quite sure on the ideal ratio, but we'll try something like this and see where that lands us. I think we'll probably keep. This is a pretty good, like 7.2. If you have tungsten, is certainly viable. It's like it'll do everything the 10.0 can. It's like a little bit more expensive. It uses less manpower, but we're gonna have manpower issues anyways. So I think for Russia, 7.2 is fine. Eventually, we're gonna want to add engineers in there as well. So like, that's okay. That's like usually I go with 10.0, but if you have the tungsten, then 7.2 is perfectly fine choice. And as Russia, we're not going to be really investing too heavy into Navy. So like, we might have a couple extra researches later on to go ahead and pick up that artillery buff. They're probably going to want because we're using that template. So that's fine. Cavalry Division. Again, not something you want in the field, but you get one for garrison, and you get a mixed cavalry and tank. We'll probably turn this into like an actual like reasonable tank template later, but it'll be cheaper to work off this than to build something new because you already have like the two mobile and tank types that you want over here, so I can keep that. So templates for Russia, like you're probably never going to want to field this. This is like a bit weak. I guess if you wanted to send something as volunteers, but of course we're not making tanks right now. We're probably not going to research light tanks. We're going for heavies, so tank volunteers are kind of like out of the question for us. But overall, like pretty reasonable templates for Russia. I'm just going to switch this over to use our cavalry template before I forget in our occupation. And logistics, we have deficits of guns and artillery, so not great. Now let's take a look at our army. Okay, so you have 3 units of that tank template, so I mean that's neat that you get those to start. And you've got 80 units of 7.2. So decently sized army, but again, also you have like a lot of frontage to cover. So let's maybe split this up a little bit. We'll just go like this. Let's say you guys over here, you guys can join one army. That's fine. And put you on the Transimer border. Transimer, they can get a little bit feisty there. Try and take some clay back. We got a river, and I think 13 guys probably be able to handle that. You guys over here, we'll have a division of Coast Guards. Sure we don't get memed. I think we got some up here too. I don't think I'm going to bother trying to hold this land up here if Finland joins the Reichspakt. There's not a whole lot up there. We'll see. Put you on Coast Guards. We need 4 divisions for that. And then probably you're going to get an early war, potentially against Allish autonomy or the Turkish Federation. Like that's our first expansion target. So let's go put a stack. Like I don't think they'll be that strong, so we should hopefully be able to beat them with a stack. Go full stack. Put you on border of Allish autonomy. Do that. So this is Transimer. You guys over here will be Central Asia. I guess the rest of the guys will be on the front here. So I think what we're gonna do here is we're gonna have like if you look up here, there's nothing over here. Like the population count's not that high. no factories or anything like that. It's like this land's like not really all that worthwhile, and it's got like a pretty large border with Finland, which can be like they can join the Reichspakt, right? So I think I'm gonna grab a few of these guys over here and just set them up to be like our northern border. And it's probably fine that they stay in the same army as everyone else, but let's go with the fallback line. I'm not sure. Like I think this is like covered by lakes. Again, I'm not too familiar with Russia in the game. Where did I just assign these guys to? This is purple, right? Make you guys like I don't know, like white or something like that for Finland. So that's easier to see. So put some guys over there, and then I think probably we got to hold this front over here in Petrograd. That fallback line here. I think that's lake and river. I'm not sure if they can attack directly into this tile. Well, we'll see. We'll have to watch that if Finland declares war, and then make sure that we adjust accordingly. And I think we'll hold like over here on this river. Yeah, you can go over here. Do something like this. Grab those guys there. I think we might need a few more divisions. Yeah, 3 guys over here. We might want to increase those numbers later, but that's what we'll go with for now. And you guys, we'll put you on a fallback line on the Reichspakt border. I guess we'll just go with that for now. Like, I mean, I don't really want to stick our guys out in a salient anyways, even if there's a river there. So I think that's fine. I shouldn't have unpaused there. I don't get lag. Pause. Okay. So those guys move over, and I think that's how we'll lay out our army to start with. But you know, again, like some of these units I think are missing stuff too. 40%, 90%, 90%. So we do have some deficits over here. So like that, you know, that's a bit unfortunate. Navy. You have a bunch of different fleets. You got, you know, like a handful of submarines and like I don't know. This is like for a major power. This is kind of like a token navy. You have 1 light cruiser, some destroyers over here, 8 battleships. Like I'm not sure. I'm probably not going to use these guys all that much, but I'm not sure if these would be more useful in the east or if they'd be more useful against the Germans and the Reichspakt. We might need to do like a meme naval invasion or something over here. So I guess I'll just have these guys like move to Petrograd. And we'll like split our submarines after. So that's fine. It's like pretty tiny navy, but Russia not really a naval power, and we're gonna have to build up for that if we decide we want to, you know, to go deal with Japan. Probably we'll just do modern sub spam. And after we take out Transmore over here, we can get air superiority, hopefully over their islands. And you know, of course, like Japan's like a lot easier to kill too if you want to do a Japanese campaign. It's like if you fight them on the mainland, just encircle and kill most of their army, so that they don't wind up castling on their island. Like if you push them out over here and you don't like get like big encirclements, and you push them out over here, if they have like they're fighting in China and like they get all their guys back to like their home islands, it can be it's always really annoying to try and naval invade. There's like not a whole lot of spot to spread out. It's like your landing forces are gonna have like a real rough time being pressured when they drop. So that can be a pretty risky proposition. So it's always better to try and kill as much as you can in the in better terrain. Air, yeah, again, pretty tiny air force with like pretty obsolete planes. Just spam now. If we decide to do volunteers, we can do that. So research picks. So as Russia, you know, we're gonna have we have a bunch of lines that are already going. We're probably gonna want to pick up the machine tools. I think I'm gonna wait on construction a little bit just because like I kind of know our economy is gonna get fucked, so we're not gonna be building that much anyways. And I might go for like you definitely want a doctrine, or sorry, maybe not for Russia. Look at that, that's pretty gross. I forgot about this. We didn't do our national spirits. That was shame on me, right? So. Political arrest, negative 10% stability, divided military staff, negative 75% land doctrine research time, and divided naval staff, negative 75% doctrine research time. So, kind of like in the same spot as Germany. Like, we cleared that pretty soon, but like until then, I think I'm probably going to pass on our doctrine. That's way too long. So, we'll pick up instead. Let's get motorized. We can start building trucks. And we might want fuel storage. We start going down the refining too. We might want to build some fuel silos, so I don't know. Like, I mean, this is only 80 days. Like, we'll get fuel silos and whatnot. So I'll set that up for researches. Those will be your picks. And I think once we start being able to unlock your focus tree, we're definitely going to want to like maybe go and pick up that first heavy tank research pretty quickly, so we can use our two obnoxious bonuses to pick up the T85 and the T120 down here. That'll give us like a really good heavy tank. And this is like slightly stronger to do it this way because you get two bonuses. So two bonuses, like this is current, and then your two ahead of time bonuses you can do to hit this and hit this. Whereas if you want to go medium tanks, you'd have to do this, you'd have to do this. It's a bit longer. And then when you start getting to your ahead of time stuff, like if you want to research it real fast, you're gonna have to blow one of those on this. And then you're only getting down to 1941 instead of 1943 tech level. So like it is stronger because of that reason to come down and do heavy tanks. Heavy tanks are generally a bit better of ahead of time research bonuses and research bonuses in general, just because you only need one of them to get down over here. So if you only get one bonus and you want to have a nice tank for the Well Creek 2, then probably you're looking at building heavies unless you have like some compelling reason why you want medium, and that again that might be tungsten availability and so on and so forth. But that's like the decision that you're going to want to look at when you decide which model tank you want to pick. And as Russia, of course, it also helps that we have like a pretty large amount of chromium, so it's going to be easy for us to build heavy tanks. We can't pick a national focus yet, but we can look at the tree. Like I said, we're going to go for the Russian state, so like when you do your political stabilization event, you're going to have a choice depending on how the assassination fallout works for you, whichever way you pick. And you can be like you can go back and be imperial and then monarchist, you can be democratic, or you can go with the military dictatorship route, which can also result in the new Russia with Savinkov, which is what we'll be doing today. And I think there's also an option to flip to Soviets too, but they have a different focus tree. So when we're coming down over here, you get usual political benefits. There's like some research bonuses, or not research speed buffs, political power gain buffs, war support, and a little bit of economy. You can take a look at that if you want to see what you get over here. But when we come down Savinkov's path, we're going to get war support, we're going to get stability. We're going to get factory output 5%, political power cost negative 0.1, so that's quite nice. And we're going to get a little bit of manpower, and this will help. You'll see kind of why when we look at our industry tree. Manpower is kind of like even more of a problem for Savinkov's Russia than it would be normally. But this is a pretty nice national spirit here too. Helps your ore recovery rate and planning speed. And again, planning speed is not really something that you can use staff office plan a lot of the time. I don't really rate that too highly, but organization recovery rate's great. And over here, you're going to get a little bit of intel protection over there. You lose less experienced soldiers, so that's nice, keeping especially your tanks with veteran status. And you're going to hurt enemy garrisons more. So I mean, those are okay buffs. And then this one over here, though, so state revanchism, right? So like you remember, we're going to probably go into war against Germany and Japan, and this gives you an obnoxious 15% attack bonus against those countries. So. Yeah, right. I mean that's pretty big. Like I think superior firepower goes and gives you like a 20% bonus in your tanks, but this is like a 15% bonus just for like hating the fuck out of Germans and Japanese. You can crush them with 15% bonus. So that's real nice to have. And again, probably you will be fighting against those people, and those will be like your main two enemies. So that's a great national spirit to have, and so give you 5% recovery rate as well in your divisions. And so again, you have your various economic trees, and these will all do like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, depending on which way you go. And these again depend on which government you pick. And I think some of them have multiple options that you can pick from, but Savinkov can only do the VES. So for Russian state, we're doing this. And all of them have also the option for these resource prospection, which I think is like Canada. You're going to click those and you get the option to build more resources for a cost. And you're going to get this pretty nice infrastructure focus over here, which is going to give you a whole bunch of infrastructure out to Siberia, which you're definitely going to want. I don't know, 105 days, like we'll see where we're at, but this is like a lot of infrastructure to get. And when you want to do your campaign in the east, this will probably help you out quite a bit. And then your research slots down here. And you also get some rockets and nuke research. So it's the way they're kind of split out as to where things are on the tree. Like your Air Force is kind of buried over here, and your spy agency stuff is like kind of over here with the Army. And then you've got your research slot and like some other research bonuses over here for like nukes and stuff like that. It's kind of also in line with your economy tree. So it's a little bit weird. Like I wouldn't say it's bad, but it is a little bit different at any rate. So with the VES is Savinkov's thing, and like as far as we understand it, his like whole bag of tricks is like instead of conscripting people to go in the army, he conscripts people, like a portion of the people, to go and like work in his combat squad controlled factories. So you're going to have recruitable population factor negatives for a lot of this stuff, but they give you like some pretty substantial industrial bonuses, like max factories in a state 10%, so you get 10% more factories. Like so you can have like those like more building slots, right? You get some stability, and this is again kind of like the what you get from Canada. Unfortunately, is that you have to pay for your extra factories, but the Russian industry is like going to be a lot stronger than you had in Canada, so like this doesn't hurt as much that you have to do that, and you also get a research bonus, and these are like pretty short for the 242 days. 10% construction speed, but again you lose another 5% recruitable population factor, and you lose some political power, but you also get 26 states. Or get infrastructure with this, so that's a very nice focus to have. And this again over here, I think this is also you can develop more factories. I think these are your military ones. You lose more recruitable population factor, but you get a massive 20% production efficiency cap bonus, which is huge, right? Like I think if you look at your tax over here, this is like 10%, this is 10%, this is 10%. So this is like equivalent of 2 tiers of industrial production cap technology you get with this. In addition to the other things that it does, but you're paying 5% recruitable population for it. And this over here too, again, massive national spirit, negative 15% armor production cost. So you can have like all the tanks you could ever want, plus you get steel. So that's again extremely strong. And then finally negative 10% consumer goods you're going to get with this. So that's quite nice. And you also get stability, but again, also you take a recruitable population factor hit. So I think like all in all, there's like this one, this one, this one, this one. Then it costs you recruitable population factors. So like you're giving up 20% of your fieldable manpower to get these sick industrial bonuses. So you keep that in mind, right? It's like you're forced to pay that manpower tax to get those bonuses. And I think if you look at Savinkov too, like when you actually get him to be your head of government. Savinkov is going to give you like political power and division recovery, but he also costs you 5% consumer goods. So like, this national spirit isn't as strong as it might otherwise be because Savinkov, just by being in charge, is going to force you to pay a tax of 5% consumer goods. So, keep that in mind. But that's a national focus tree. We talked about the other parts, I think, when we're looking through the researches. Like I don't really think there's a need to go over that again. So. Overall, like it's definitely an older focus tree, and like a lot of these things, 70-day focuses for like a lot of the military stuff. It's like a little bit old, but like there's some real powerful ones stuck in here. Like like I said, this is like pretty overpowered that you get this tank bonus. And then of course you get the global continuous focuses. So that's Russian national focus tree. So I think that's like everything that I usually talk about at the front of the videos. And again, like I said, I haven't really played a whole lot of Russia. I've only ever played for this patch. The run I did do was in fact a Russian state run. So I mean, I do have a little bit more experience with that than like the other political options. But I don't really have all that much experience on Russia. So we'll see how this works out for us. I do remember reading, I think, for these other expansionist claims that you're getting from your national focus tree, like down this over here. It's like to actually core those provinces and get their manpowers and factories. I think like it's supposed to work off of like instead of getting a decision, they flip automatically once you receive a certain level of compliance. So we'll have to compliance as in they comply with the occupation menu, right? Like you have compliance, you have resistance. So we'll see. And like in order to achieve additional compliance faster, then I guess we would want to you have like a less harsh garrison law, and then also if you want to, you can use your spy agency to set up like a collaboration government to help with that. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's worth it or not. I've also heard stuff that like you also can't do COI unless you've controlled like White Ruthenia. I think has like some Ukrainian lands or something like that, or they might wind up with Ukrainian lands. And you can't COI Ukraine until then you've also beat White Ruthenia. So like I don't know. That's a bit. I've heard there's like it's a bit wonky with how that works, but we'll see how it goes. Last time I did Russia, I did because you get that free agency over here, and you get the extra operative slots. So you can start doing operations like right out the gate, and I kind of use that to steal a bunch of tech from Germany, and that worked out quite nice. So I might try that again. That's like another reason kind of to go and get like the fuel silo tech. So Germany has refining one. So if you're going to want to steal tech from Germany, you want to make sure that we have all the tech that they have, so we get an ahead of time bonus on that as well. But we'll see. So everything's all set up. Let's go ahead and start the timer, and we'll get hit by a bunch of pretty rough events pretty early on. Troubled history. So this is going to a little flavor event for your starting situation over here. You can read that if you want. But basically, how Kerensky came into power and like the aftermath of all these revolutions and like what a chaotic mess Russia is. So long live Russia, one indivisible. And then we'll have a constitution. They're going to talk about the constitution that came out after the fallout of the Russian Civil War and the current political situation with the president and the Senate. So you can read that if you want. They're going to be gone soon anyways. They're going to have blood in Moscow. So at least the constitution guarantees stability and economic policy. We talk about the Russian economic miracle, the Great Depression, and although some hold out hope that the prosperous German market will salvage Russia. Hey guys, I don't know. What do you think? You think that's going to happen? And we'll see how this goes. I'll give you a hint. It's poorly. We should strengthen the economy. Yes, yeah, that's something we're going to have to do. Usual early game lag. Oh, and there we are. So Kerensky's bit the bullet. He was climbing the steps up to the Senate House, and bam, there you go. They killed his killer, and he didn't leave any notes, so we'll never know why. We'll never know why Kerensky was shot. But look at that. Look at that buff we're going to get. Or debuff, I mean to say. That pretty harsh debuff. Negative 40% stability. Oof. Brutal. Aftermath of the assassination of Kerensky. So, like, this is the one that you're going to get. It's going to kind of path you on to, like, your political tree, if I remember correctly. So what happens after Kerensky dies? And what's going to happen is we're going to have Kornilov, who's one of the white generals, storm Moscow and finish off these dirty reds over here. Make sure that we don't fall back into syndicalism or socialism. So like this is a pretty important event, like for flavors. I'll leave it up here. You guys can read it if you want. And Kornilov will storm Moscow. And we're going to have the Kornilov affair. So who are we going to partner up with in government? And you get a choice of either the Vozd or Marshal Denikin. And like I think, again, I'm not sure because I've never done the Denikin route. But this is going to set you up to either go Legacy of the Whites or the New Russia. And of course, because we want to play Russian state, we'll be of course inviting Vozd Savinkov, who's the leader of a right-wing political party. There we go. That's Kornilov. We'll get Savinkov in a bit. And we get observer rights on the Legation Council. So we're like kind of in the same position as Canada was. We're like, we can see what's going on, but we're not getting a vote on the Legation Council. And we'll get a little bit of political power from that, I guess. Exiled divisions. Ooh. Where did we get exiled from? I think that was Alash Orda. I think they like broke free or something like that. Yeah, those bastards. So Alash Orda has decided to break free from us. They're no longer a puppet, and their troops are going to have to fall back to, I guess, a different border. That's fine, though. And we don't have an option to do anything with that. We'll have to deal with them later. Kerdilov Savinkov alliance. So again, they decided to side with with Savinkov. So this is their event for them being bros now. Bro-fist Russian #1 team. And then you get Vaz Savinkov. And there's the Mosley's event for his Totalist Charter. And Edward has been crowned King of Great Britain after King George V is dead. And here's the event where Germany's going to come and demand Brest-Litovsk reparations from us. So we owe them some more debts, and we're going to have to pay up. And I think what happened over here is these are supposed to be 24, but I think I grabbed some of them when they were over here. And they got assigned to that other White Army there, so we'll do that. And then again, we're going to get hit again for a year with some more crippling debuffs and instability, so... construction speed is still going like kind of okay right now, so that's like, it's not too bad. And there goes the Anglo-Afghani War. Who cares about Afghanistan? Electoral gridlock in France. Austrian Empire withdraws from Italy. Reorganization of the internal police. So we're going to bring back the secret cops that the Tsar had, or yeah, or it might have been the Bolsheviks that had that. I'm not sure, but they're going to bring them back, but they're going to be on our side this time, and this is going to unlock our focus to get our intelligence agency. So there's the event. You can read that if you want it. A good idea. And now we can take this over here. China's doing China things. Ooh, Shanking has joined the gangbang over here, so Nanjing is going to have a rough time. But they're backed by Marshal Wu Peifu. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Usually Nanjing does poorly in the four-way. Oh, jeez. Jeez, Black Monday hits Russia. So like, if all this stuff wasn't bad enough, we're gonna get cracked again over the head with Black Monday. Ivan Pavlov dies. So that's remember the guy with Pavlov's dog and whatnot. So his workshop's gonna be a museum or something now. We're gonna get stability off that. So I mean, that's nice. It's nice to have a bit of stability. Restoration of democracy in Australasia. Death of the Pope. Oh, failure of a bombing plot. So we're gonna get these events from time to time over here, and they're gonna be hitting us for stability. This fucking Sinji's blowing up our stuff. Jerks. First International Congress. So Socialists are having their powwow. Oof. So Savinkov's combat squads, like those are our boys, right? Those are our best boys over there. They've assassinated this Maria Spiridonova person over here. Oof, socialist leader, and we've liquidated her. There you go. Thus unto all enemies of the state. So we're gonna do a little bit of purging, but that's all right. I mean, they weren't real Russians anyways. Instability of the cost of manpower. Okay, we got some first tranche of research just kind of finished there. So let's pick up. I think we want the let's get the construction tech over here, and let's also start working on our heavy tank. We should get an operative. Well, we'll have to finish this national focus first, but then we'll get an operative. Yeah, Nanjing clique. They don't really fare too well in that four-way. It's also, if you want to play as a player, play as Nanjing and try and beat that four-way. That's That's also like a nice way to learn infantry tactics to try and win the four-way. If you decide you want to do that, what you want to do is kind of castle around Nanjing and then hold on to like I think it's this harbor over here you can hold on to. So you have holding on to this harbor gives you like a foothold to push the left KMT without having to deal with like it's still mountainous, but you're not gonna have to crack like a choke point over here. You'll have like this docks, and they're gonna have it lets you open up a second front, and you'll have superior industry to contest them. And then you just want to hold on to that over there, and then like you can encircle the Shan King over this way, and then you can walk through gaps over here because the AI is dumb, and you'll start with a larger army. So you castle over here, and it's kind of like what you do as like MacArthur in the Civil War, right? You take out the Ant King first, push over here, and then after that you have like you have your beachhead secured if you did that at the start to go and push into the south over there. So like that's like a fun war to fight with infantry if you're interested. It's a bit of a tangent though. And they've gone with Pope Stephen. I think he's that dirty syndicalist pope, isn't he? Let's check. Authoritarian down. No, he's like basic bitch pope. And we got another bombing. 4% stability it cost us this time. And An King and the Shan King are going at it. So I'm pretty sure An King is probably pretty heavily favored here. We'll see if Extreme Buddhist Man can do anything. Alright, we're almost done our national focus here. And then we'll probably have to wait a bit before we can unlock the other stuff. Alright. Can we do another focus at this point in time? Let's see. Can't do that. Okay, no, can't do that either. So we'll bypass, I think, automatically once we've stabilized. Am I allowed to pick any? Like, I don't see anything over here that I can actually click on. Can't do that. Like, I'm pretty sure like you have to wait again after a Kranka, but we'll see if that goes away or not. No, it's not going away. It's like there should be something available for us to click on then. Can't go here. Can't go here. Can't do these. Can't do this. Can't do this. Can't do this. So I think it just might be bugged. Like we can't start any of these trees, which is also consistent with what I remember. So Russia. We have like a decent number of starting factories. They're going to probably be on Heavy Tank 3 pretty fast. Like I think probably we're just going to want to go concentrated again. Although we do get, I think, quite a few buffs to our gun technology and stuff like that too. So we can go disperse as well. Let me think about that. I think I'm just going to go concentrated. Well, we'll do that. Because they're probably gonna. We're gonna need a pretty big army, like pretty quickly, like hold that front line. I don't want to have to lose production efficiency flipping these things over. Like these guns will probably be good enough. And Ant King decided to go for a three-way. I don't know if that was smart. Maybe they had to because that's when their event came up. Of course, obviously, it's usually better to kill one enemy than the other. If you're fortunate enough to be in that circumstance. And yeah, so like our units are unfortunately under strength. We've got a bit of some equipment deficits. I think I might actually go and disband one of these tank units. Just Mosley is chairman of the TUC. Send the equipment back to stockpile. All right, and construction. What do you want to build here? Let's build some fuel silos. You probably don't need a whole lot as Russia, but it's nice to have some. I'll build 5 silos. Yeah. Surprisingly, our construction speed, I guess we just have like enough factories to like eat that consumer goods, still have a stack of 15, so like that's quite nice. And our construction speed isn't getting a negative from any of these spirits, which is a bit surprising. Recruit this person, and we'll have you start building up an intelligence network in I don't know. Let's go for Germany. see if we get something there. And let's also start. So yeah, if we're gonna, we'll try the blueprint sealing strategy again. Like again, it worked out for me last time I played Russia, but we'll see how it goes. So we'll get that. So we can either pay political power and we'll get some women's divisions of death, which is like a veteran infantry unit. Something like that's okay. Or we can pay 100 political power, or sorry, not 100 political, or we can pay 40 political power to get those. We can pay, or we can just get 20 political power. So I don't know. I think manpower is a problem for us. Do we have anything else to spend our political power on right now? Probably not, but we are going to want that eventually to fix our. Well, that might be nice. We actually might want this head of intelligence. Let's just do it. We'll take the extra divisions. Yeah. Just weird that they have a male voice. It's like supposed to be a women's division, but okay. We'll take those two guys. We'll just throw them on the front line here. Alright, so we've picked up our truck. And I think we'll go for like this first fuel recovery tech. Just because I know Germany has this. If I remember correctly, we don't want to be stealing that from them. So we'll get that. And let's also pick up that head of intelligence. And even if the blueprint sealing is not going so well, like we can also start making collaboration governments to like get our coring faster. So you know, there's that. So we'll see. Worker strike. I'm just gonna fulfill their demands here. Pay some factories for a bit. I want to take like we also need that infantry equipment there from the factory output. So now the rider has died. A slave event. I assure you, 68 is an old age. Like I'm not sure if that's implicating Savinkov in his I guess demise there. Pick up this person. Let's also help build that intel network so like it goes a bit faster. Operations, we need civilian intelligence. And Manuel Carles assumed full control of Argentina, a socialist art show, and the White Sun Over China event. So there's a pro-Cindy Chinese novel. Now, Poland has gone militarist. You got your boy Sikorsky over there. Let's go down to 1 on this for now, and then we'll build our fuel silos. Plot against Russia. Oof. So Savinkov is getting maybe a little bit paranoid about internal enemies and whatnot. So we have to do a little bit more purging. A little bit more purging, just to make sure there's no socialist revolutionaries. In private, he's remarked how much of a catharsis it is to see the Ukraina, the police he used to flee from in fear 3 decades ago, now bow to his every whim. Yes, it is nice to have the secret police on your side, isn't it? Have a linguist over here. This guy over here. Peasant unrest. Okay. So peasants are a little bit unhappy. I guess maybe we'll start working on Ukraine. Got civilians, so I think we can start doing some operations now, maybe. Yes, let's infiltrate this civilian administration. Let's just do. We'll do this. I think is this guy an infiltrator? Yeah, he is. And since Svetlana over there. Commence when ready. I guess you can read these The events over here will apply charms, will deploy via submarine, hike across some borders. Whew, okay. Let's prepare that operation. We'll do that. Like it's 36, we've already got like a decent number of spy slots. Like, I think why that's like maybe a little bit more viable than Germany, just because we have that focus. Get the extra operative and a free agency. Netherlands has joined the Reichspakt. Okay. It looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a rebellion over there. I think this is in Siam. Yeah. Siamese Civil War. Let's see how that goes out for them. Reforming the military. So this is going to lock the military tree for us. And we'll have a number of options to choose from. So let's go and do this army modernization focus. And let's also, before I forget too, we need to start building our. We need to start building some trucks. Make resistance contact. I don't think we need to do that. Matt Barron's rule is at an end. Oh, so Iron Gurn has managed to not hold control of. Where's this? Prepare in German Empire. What we want is it's doing over here. I guess we can also do resistance contacts. I don't know. That's fine. We don't need to do that. And do we want to upgrade our agency? I think the next one is like you want cryptology, plastic explosives, sabotage, invisible ink, steel blueprint risk minus 25%. Yeah, I don't know. Let's I think it says we need 5 upgrades for next operative. Yeah, 5th upgrade. Now this is probably fine for now. We got 3 spies. Like this should be okay. Like, we also need to build our industry up, so like that's okay. I think with Russia it's nice because you don't really have to invest a whole lot to get the 3 operatives. Just like 100 political power and that national focus, and like there's nothing else you can take at the time that you can take that focus anyways. So it's like kind of like a freebie. Unfortunately, I think our factory output's probably suffering pretty hard. Unfortunate. Big hit from stability, austerity measures, and economic depression. Alright, so we've finished our heavy tank. And let's get our next. Our construction actually is a lot better than I remembered it being. So we'll go ahead and we'll pick that up. And let's also pick up this production efficiency cap tech, I think. We'll do that. Or do we remove divided? No, we have to pick one of these first for a doctrine. We'll be able to be researched at a non-obnoxious time. So we'll have to do this, and we'll have to do like a couple other focuses to deal with that. So reforming the Navy, so we can do the Navy focus, which probably we don't need to do right now. It's not really a high priority for us. Moderate socialism. We shall see. And there's the Arab War. So I'm not sure how many of these flips are like really relevant for Russia. Or if we want to send volunteers or not. Like we do have like these 2 like tank divisions, even though we're like these are pretty shitty tanks, but I mean they're still something, right? They still have 65 breakthrough, which should be enough to push an infantry unit out without taking too much damage. Decent soft attack, even though these are only Valkyrie tanks. But also as Russia, like when you're doing your interwar quote unquote period, like you're gonna get the opportunity to grind Al-Ashorda and Islamic Federation. So if you're willing to pay the manpower for it, like you can get like these are all like there's a lot of desert tiles in here, which is like a nice one to grind. And there's some mountains and other stuff over there, so you can get like pretty decent general traits. Like if you watch my Germany video, we did the grind in Ukraine, so we should be able to get a pretty good general by grinding like these early conflicts. And you'll get your army experience and whatnot from that too. And you can also send an attaché, I think, if we're gonna be Nat Pop, I think like Huey Long will probably be like okay with us. Like if as long as he's present in the American Civil War, which he usually is, we'll be able to send an attaché there. So like we don't really have to send volunteers around to like do interwar stuff to like get the army experience and things that we're gonna need. You know, but it is an option. I think I'm not gonna bother. Not sure why they're stacking 5 guys a tile on there. That's a little bit silly. Maybe try and fix that. Or, you know, what if we do a field marshal order? I can't do that. It's not considering it as one front line. Yeah, army modernization. I think we just go right down to our tank focus. Concentrate Industry 1, then we'll go for also Concentrate Industry 2. Another bombing plot. Supreme Privy Council. So we've got our dictatorship over here, and we'll have to decide what we want to do with our Privy Council over there. We're going to establish that, and we're going to get a little bit of political power for it, so that's nice. And again, I don't know why they're stacking 6 divisions. Like I need them to cover this front line. I don't know why they're not spreading out. Alright, and we've dealt with our strike. The myth of October. So, I think this is, we're gonna crush the Bolsheviks a little bit even more and have some anti-Bolshevik propaganda. So we're amending our history textbooks. We're gonna make it sure that we, finger the Bolsheviks as the ones that are trying to destroy Russia. You wanted to revoke our rights in 1917, but now you will lose yours. Yes, fuck Bolsheviks. Have to go in the work camps. $189 days, and we'll have our equipment situation sorted, so that's nice. Legation Council, again, we don't have a vote there, so it doesn't matter. Cambodia, they must have popped up during that Civil War. They've capitulated. Cambodia's like around over here. Alright, we'll have that. We can start stealing blueprints. We have infiltrated. We will have infiltrated their civilians soon enough, so we'll be able to see what tax they have. And I have some Mussolini. Or no, that's not. That's Balbo. I'm thinking of Italo Balbo. He's a nationalist Italian person. Let's see here. This is like a rich guy over here, and he's going to endorse, Savinkov and friends over here. As long as we help him out with his political objectives. So okay. And unfortunately, we can't use our political power in any of these laws or anything until we've cleared our political instability. Order restored in Siam. Who won? It's like Social Democrats won. So I think that's I'm not sure which team that is. I know you can get Nat Pop, but I'm not sure if Sockdown would be the Royalists or if it would be the other guys he's fighting against. Probably like a reformist faction or something. No, Democratic Left won in Brazil. I think that's what happened last time, and that's like I think pretty boring for Brazil. They don't join a team or anything like that. They got crushed by Argentina last time we played a Canada game, though. We had to go and push through South America, so that was something. We got Spearhead Doctrine. Oh, and we have Vox Populi, Boris Kamkov. Oh, I see. This is a guy who turned around over there, and he was once one of Savinkov's friends, and he decided to become, in fact, one of his enemies and decide to lead the left SR, and he's been dealt with by the combat squads now. So, farewell, Boris. It's, of course, bad Boris, right? Like, not our best boy, Savinkov. That's good Boris. Yeah, actually, Petrograd is, like, much higher infrastructure count, so we'll build there. And 50% over here. We'll cities for a bit. I think once we get down to like researching we'll get there pretty quickly. We want to put a few factories and like heavy tank too. Just get a few units out. We'll also probably need more factories on guns than this. And so I'm not quite sure also what the ratio would be for artillery, but artillery seems to be in more supply right now than guns with like our current ratio. So there's that, and then we're going to want, of course, come down armor modernization. Might also just want a hard research fighter too, so we can get fighter 2 for air superiority. Like we're gonna have like a lot of national focuses to pick, so I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to get the research buff. And like like you've guys seen my other campaigns, you know how good fighter 2s are at winning the air war against the AI. Ooh, Admiral Kolchak, so he's like the pretender over here in Transmir. He's been cooped. And he's been replaced by Viktor Papelyev, so he's like a market liberal, he's like a democratic guy. Yeah, fuck him. Might still have problems with this guy though, so gotta watch out. Agitation in the countryside. So we can choose to either let him agitate or eliminate the agitator. Personally, I think we should eliminate the agitator. I think that's what Savinkov would do. And oh, we should be able to. That has been infiltrated now. Let's go and check on Germany. See if we can see their research. So I think we were ahead of them on industry tax. Like I'm pretty sure if we start stealing from our boy Wilhelm, we'll be able to get some sick boosts. Let's steal industrial blueprints, and we'll send all of our boys in to go ahead and do that. Why is that risky? So let's try that, I guess. Well, so now it says that's the infiltration. Risky indeed. Let's maybe go and get that upgrade. I don't think I got an upgrade last time I did this, but we'll go for the visible ink. 25 days for that. This is 210 days to steal that blueprint. So Serbia crowns Alexander II. Oh, we've cleared austerity measures. Like things are already starting to like look for us. We've got our machine tool stack. Let's see. So we should be able to start researching our land doctrine now. So let's start. Don't want to be behind on your doctrines. That looks not right. Shouldn't you guys be working on stealing that blueprint? I guess they still do their thing while they're on their operation. Or it's preparing right now, so they won't. Maybe that won't advance until after the operation is out of the preparation stage. We'll see. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get our plane. Like plane 2 is gonna take like a long time for us to research, and like we get a 4th research slot as now as Russia. So like you might as well get aircraft. Like maybe we'll go to like early 1938, late 1937, then we'll switch over to building military factories. 56 right now. It's already a pretty decent civi count. The 100th anniversary of Pushkin's death, so got a new monument. We're gonna get some stability. Alright, we got an invisible ink upgrade. And do we want like suicide pills or something? Death chance of our operative on capture plus 10%. No, I think that's fine. How risky is this now? Excellent. So we have outlook excellent. So that has in fact helped us. Standoff in America. Shattering the Democratic opposition. Nice. So we get pretty based events now. Going with Savinkov. Definitely feels good to play Savinkov. He does like Chad dictator stuff instead of like Virgin Democratic things. Let's see. Up until this point, leaders and high-ranking members of the establishment parties, namely the cadets, Red SR, and Octobrists, have gotten away lightly. Oof. As long as it didn't raise too much of a fuss, they were allowed to keep on living and doing their jobs. So that's very gracious of the Vaz to let them live and do their jobs still even. Ooh, and they've been intimidated by Savinkov. They're not happy. They've drafted a manifesto, and they've declared the formation of a movement to restore the Constitution. Gross! You let people live, and you let them keep their jobs, and like this is how they repay you, right? So Savinkov is not happy. And, we've moved against them. We've had a crackdown. And that's maybe they should have kept their mouth shut, Who knows? Downfall of the Democratic Constitutionalists left the last possible challenge to Savinkov's unquenched ambition dead in a ditch. Probably literally. It was not a matter of if, only when. Yes, democracy is inherently treasonous to the motherland. Oh, there goes Farouk doing Farouk things. And the Balkans doing Balkan things. We're almost to the point where we can start training more infantry. That's nice. So we've completed armor modernization. And let's go and get that obnoxious natty focus. Oh, and Kerdilov has died. That's unfortunate. He's passed away, and we'll get some stability for that, and this will get us onto our political path, which we're going to want to do as soon as this focus is finished. Oh, got our next construction tech. Finland has joined the Reichspakt, so we're going to have to be on the watch out. We have to look out for Finland. What else do we want here? We got to research for 50% for armored cars. I'm not sure where we're getting that from, but okay. What do we want? What do we want? Let's go for our mech computing. Pick that up. And we can also upgrade our lives now. So yes, excellent. Let's go up to partial mobilization. I think that's what we want. And we'll probably also want to fix our conscription law too, so we can start mobilizing that manpower. We'll start training. What's this? Alright, this is like, yeah, that's that women's division of death thing. So we'll put that over here, and you can join this army. This army. Yep. Start training some guys. I think we might actually want military factories a bit earlier. Fourth Balkan War, Shaanxi request weapons. Yeah, sure. Or actually, no. Let's not do that. Like I think last time I did this when they requested weapons from us, we got nothing out of it. Like we're playing as the Germans, so no, fuck them. Build up some military factories. We probably just want to start building some production. Like even if we don't have like the tanks we want yet, we're probably still going to want to start building up some. We don't have like a debuff. We can get a bonus from military factories, I think. Maybe do something like that. We'll see. Let's actually just start building those. Building some military factories now. Right, meow. Yeah, I'll do something like that. Yeah, I just want to start getting some more guns out. Like, we're going to need, like, a much larger army to hold this front line. Oh, there goes the three-way in America. Alright, you know what? We still got some manpower, so like it might be better to get this first. Yeah, I think we'll do that first. Get the industrial company. And then we'll also want our heavy tank company as well too. So probably this one over here. Soft tackle light. It's very nice. Oh. What's going on over here? Oh, I think that was Li Guang Clique or something like that. Took out the Guangxi Clique or something. Maybe that was Hunan, I don't know. Anking predictably was able to beat the Shanking and pushing in on the left KMT there, so there's that. And we've got a three-way civil war this time, so that's a little bit different. We have 100 political power. Let's actually see if Huey will, Huey doesn't like us that much. Send attaché. No, that's alright. We'll get our military experience from like dealing with these Central Asian people anyways, so like, you know, that's fine. We'll just use our political power for that industrial company. I think we'll go for that. September 1937, and oh, they decided to go with extensive conscription in Canada, so they're going to have Quebec in flames. Let's go to next concentrated industry technology. It's quite nice. And what else do you want to work on? You know, we've got the artillery. We might want to work, like, I don't think we'll be switching over to this model just because we'll lose all of our production efficiency. But you do have to come down the street to pick up these buffs. Logistics, I mean, that might be okay. I think probably we just want to grab our air doctrine, though. Go with strategic destruction again. So that's like a nice... If you think you're going to have air superiority, then this is like kind of a nice doctrine to have. And we want something in 30 days, so we'll probably want to maybe hold this doctrine slot. Or we just switch one of these over. Start working on the tank. Oh, Russian nation. So this is like Savinkov's dreams of like taking back the Crimea and the White Russia and Little Russia. I think is that Ukraine? I don't know. But there's all the places where Russians live. Savinkov will come and liberate them. He's just such a great guy like that. We'll get 5% more support. Thanks, Savinkov. French loyalists have restored the monarchy. I don't know. It's pretty awful they removed Patain's hat. I mean, like, what the fuck is this? How is this an upgrade? There's the iconic picture of Patain, and he's got his hat, right? Ooh, the Purge. So let's see. Will Russia be stronger through pain, or should we, maybe not go and murder all of our enemies in the street upon suspicion of being our enemies? I don't know. So here's a flavor event you can read. And this is Savinkov is got someone whispering in his ear about potential traitors under every rock. So we can lose 20,000 manpower and gain force stability, or lose 5,000 manpower. You know, I don't know. Let's get that stability. Stability's nice to have, and let's over here. We'll pick our industrial company. Help us get our economy back on track. Peru-Bolivian Confederation is restored. Oh, that's nice. It's good for Peru-Bolivia. Be pretty thick. You got mobile warfare. And we're just going to keep on going down this doctrine tree. Like I said, because Savinkov has manpower problems, we might just want to go down the other side. Wanji Clique has capitulated. Alright, so let's switch this off so we can start working on our tank. So 410 days to get the get heavy tank 2. So we'll have this in like 1938 to start building, which is quite nice. So we'll get to work on that. And we'll have a heavy tank, this one pretty close after. with our next bonus. So national focus tree, you have a choice of like we can either do industry or we can do the political stabilization. Factory output 5%, army experience, and I think like this over here is gonna help us when you're at war. This is gonna help us when you're at war. This is gonna help us when you're at war. We might want this over here for the factory output. Alternatively, we could go ahead and start grabbing this stuff over here. Like construction speed 10% is pretty good. So is a couple military factories. But national focus we need to remove. It's just economic depression. What gets rid of economic depression? It might just go away by its own. I'm not quite sure. And the other, we could also get for this, pick up some bonus for doctrines, get us down a tree faster, which we might also want to do. And there's also the expansionism. You know, let's go ahead and do this, and then get a war against Central Asia. Probably is the play. Our industry is doing quite nice right now. And King sides with Feng Tian. And Guangzhou has proclaimed their federal government. China thinks. It's like East Turkestan's doing pretty nice. That's good. Usually you see them not have such a great game, but I mean they're doing okay. So yeah, I'm actually repeat blueprint stealing. Well, Shmara has capitulated. Let's this is in September, so we're coming up close to that. Let's go check and see if Germany is what their industrial research is like. Oh, not enough intel. Well, we'll see. We'll see about that. Hopefully we don't miss. Like we have like most of these like industrial attacks, so. Syndicalist revolutionaries in Switzerland. How could this have happened? Oh, Baltic War, National Rebirth, Chile and Argentinian wars. Like lots of wars starting to kick off. Paraguay declares on Argentina. Syndicalism spreads to Burma. Canada invokes Foreign Measures Act. So Canada is actually going to be going paternal autocrat this game. It looks like that's interesting. It's not something you see every day. Decent tension. Dutch elections. See how things play out for the Dutch there. Who did America go with? They went with Floyd Olson. I think he's the guy we saw last time when he had the two-way civil war when we were playing against Canada, which is also kind of weird to see. Islamic Federation Turkestan declared on Alash Orda. Native Rebellion in the Baltic Duchy. Let's see here. So whatever we pick is going to cost us political power. Yeah. If Latvia wants to help, they must revoke their claims on us. Yeah, let's do that. Send up some volunteers. I don't know. Like, Latvia accepts. That's nice. What's this over here? So I think this is like an exhibition of achievements of the national economy. It's one of the most ambitious projects of the new government. So I think this is like a museum or something like that. Facades of they're going to put up like a. Yeah, it's an exhibition they're putting on to celebrate the farmers and industrial workers. So that's nice. This is how we will rebuild Russia. We get a free civilian factory. All right. I love free civilian factories. And there goes the Spanish Civil War. Alright. Expansionism. Ooh, trial of the left separatists. So, we're going to have to deal with these uppity ethnic minorities here. I think this is what this is. So, Policy towards Russia's numerous ethnic minorities has always been very abstract, though much of its support comes from Russian nationalist. Savinkov himself recognizes that Russia is too ethnically divided for him to be able to go too far. But what we can do is take action against minorities via proxy. Ooh, there you go. We have to remember that a lot of these minorities, being the treasonous people that they are, decided to side with the Bolsheviks. So this is a possibility of minority disloyalty. So we're going to start to move against them. Close down ethnic newspapers and arresting hundreds of high-profile minority politicians. Oof. Yeah, that's right. They're probably all a bunch of closet syndicalists, anyways. They fought the law, and the law has won, and we're gonna get stability for that. So that's a nice event for us. And let's work on our Central Asia war. See, September coming up. Let's see if we get anything worthwhile. Which I hope we do. Venetian revolt. Can the Queen of the Adriatic survive? So this is when the Italians pick Balbo, they have Venice doesn't like that too much. They're a bunch of legionnaires, so they decide to revolt. And then if Balbo doesn't crush him in time, he's gonna have an unfortunate time. He's gonna be ousted. Oh, the U.S. decided to go after Puerto Rico. Oh, and there goes Balbo. Balbo is a nap pop, but I don't think he can join our team. Oh, and Peru Bolivia is going to war with Ecuador again. That usually happens, and usually Ecuador gets stomped out. They lose Pastaza. We've got Balkan War 4 going on here. So it looks like the Ottomans did cease race there. So that's unfortunate for Bulgaria. Let's go pick up our fighter 2. But otherwise, seems to be holding okay. Alright, we did secure Central Asia. Let's start working on our economy. We'll establish the VES. And this is going to start chipping away at our manpower. And I also didn't look at our government, too, when we were playing as we did a flip there. So we've got Savinkov, Vaz, can give us recovery rate and political power, but he costs us 5% consumer goods, which, that's pretty bad, actually. So I don't know. Given a choice, probably I would not be putting Vaz Savinkov in charge, but of course he is a requisite if you're going to play the Russian state. Best boy Boris there, not the best political characteristic though. Let's get over here. He's gonna help with war goal time. We'll lose some, again, 4 minutes doesn't matter that much. Justify war goal time. We're not gonna be doing that probably anyways. We have a lot of things for events and trade European factor. We've got most resources in our backyard anyways, so no big deal. This guy gives us a bunch of construction speed buffs to infrastructure and air bases and other non-factory things. So that's okay. Ideally, you'd want to have a guy who's got factory construction speed, but was not to be. And this guy over here, resource gain efficiency, that's all right. We have a lot of resources. We're probably gonna be using a lot of those resources, but he also hits us with another 2% recruitable population factor debuff. So I don't know, kind of like an okay government, not the best, but unfortunately, 5% consumer goods tax is pretty harsh. All right, so let's go for the Alash Orda. 14 days, and we'll deal with that. I think I'm gonna want to try and take Alash Orda quickly, just so we can go and recore it, and then when we go to we should get a war goal against Turkestan too. I think. Yeah, then I'll do the grind in Turkestan. The Field Marshal. I don't know. I'll go with this guy here, Denikin. And General, who we want to grind here? It's Sergei Markov is all right, but he's got old guard. He's already got a bunch of traits, so that's a little bit questionable. Organizer, this guy could be a field. This guy probably you want as your tank field marshal, to be honest, right? He's got brilliant strategist, and he's got organizer. So probably want someone who's already got an existing terrain trait. Do we have someone like that? Thought we did. Vladimir Kapel. Winter attrition. I think that this does count as a train trait, I believe. And or we can go with someone who has trickster to get improv expert. So this guy over here. He's also like to get wounded though. That's not a great trait to have when you're general. Decisions. Let's go with this guy, I guess. Try and grind him. Looks like Alashor is already losing like pretty badly to Turkestan though. I guess we can send our tanks over here too. Go with this guy. And again, I'm not sure how useful those tanks will be because we're not really making any more, and they're like light tanks. Then we'll go with I don't know, this guy over here, Panzer expert. Sure. Yeah, I'll have you come down over this way. So hopefully Alashor, I don't think will be too much of a problem for us. Oh, and we can also go to war with the Mongolians. Which, we might want to do. Mongolia might also get us entangled with China, though. I'm not sure if I want to deal with that at the moment. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it looks like Alashor is getting rolled pretty hard there. No, not a problem. Hawaii has joined the Reichspakt. Let's up our conscription law. We'll also need to get a tank designer after that. I think that's going to be your next pick. We'll have to get this peace conference before we can do war with Turkestan. But we will be going to war with Turkestan. Argentina and Paraguay have peaced out. It's, yeah, I guess they've just annexed Paraguay. Yeah, sure just having a bit of a bad day. And Middle Africa has blown up. Hermann Goring didn't manage his colony right. But you always kick him out. And there we go. Yeah, sure has got to be probably pretty close to capitulation. And then after this, like, we're pretty much going to go right into Turkestan. Alright. Turkestan gonna take anything here? Guess not. Guess not. Well, I mean, not that it matters, like, cause I would just be like taking it back from them anyways. And you guys get ready to deal with the Turkestan problem. Like I said, probably will grind this war out a bit. Try and get some general traits there. Give us something to do, even if it is like a little bit dull. Do I want logistics wizard or do I want Panzer expert? Alright, probably logistics wizard is more important on this guy, so we'll do that. I can do some support decisions there. I don't think I need to take Tuva to continue down the expansionism tree. I can just take this right away, actually. Caucasus direction. I think he used to have to do Central Asia first. But we'll have to take the Caucasus before we can do Brest-Litovsk. Okay, that's fair enough. So we might want to do the allies thing, like maybe see if we can seek some allies or something. It's only a 14-day focus, so like, we'll see what that gets us, I guess. And we'll get in position there, and we'll start dealing with the Turkestani problem. Didn't even need the tanks. Oh, Chile and Argentina. So it looks like Argentina has taken out Chile. Yeah, so let's reintegrate Kazakhstan. And occupation law, like, probably civilian oversight is like, you want something that has, it's probably the best one, because you want their compliance to go up, right? And it's like when we get to 20% compliance or something, we can core these things, I think is how that works. Not sure. Alright, and we'll need a little bit more political power. And we'll be able to go into Turkestan. 10 PP. And we're getting close for our industrial blueprints, so we'll see what we get. We've been unable to automatically repeat. Okay, that's fair enough. Like, I mean, we did have enough intelligent network strength there. Let's start infiltrating again. And maybe yeah, you can go back to Ukraine, I suppose. See what we get there. And what did we get? Gained a bonus for the following category: rocketry technology. Okay. Like, again, that's also like a little bit of a whiff. Like, I don't think we needed rocketry technology, but yeah, we get a 10% bonus for rocketry. So I don't know. Maybe this has been nerfed. Maybe that's been nerfed. But you used to be able to get like the at-a-time bonus for this stuff over here. Like, I'm not sure. I don't think there hasn't been a patch since then. So we'll see. We'll try. We'll go again. We'll build the intelligence network up again. We'll see if we can grab another theft there and get ourselves an at-a-time industrial tech. Like, if we don't get anything this time, though, I think I'm gonna say that the stealing blueprint technology is not great. You know, like, even rocketry would be like, yeah, you know, like, okay, that's alright. If you get like a ahead of time bonus for rocketry, but like 10% off is like a little bit why bother, right? Like, why bother going through all that to get 10% off? So let's go for this seek allies thing. Starting to make more guns. Artillery. Yeah, let's go doing our air doctrines, I guess. Let's actually stick a stack of mills in there. Pomor trades, the Russian Civil War between Norway and Russia. So you want to establish trade again? Sure. You know, I don't mind. I'll take trade. Need a few more guys. Seek allies. We'll see what that does for us. And let's also, I guess we continue down our, this is a bonus for industry. Let's do the tank thing. Get our 4 military factories, and let's also start our decision to go into Turkestan. Like I said, probably here we're going to want to just try and grind out some general trades, so we'll just be attacking into government intervention. Nice. So we're going to event here, and it's going to help us out with our economic depression, national spirit. So probably we're going to go for like this desert tile. That'd be like a nice one to farm. Probably not push too much on this side. Like, this is all like desert stuff over here, so I guess we could do that. Ecuador got annexed this time instead of just giving up their territorial claims. It's I don't know. Maybe we can push these guys out and back to. We'd like them to like defend in the desert. What if we do something like that? Yeah, let's try this. Push these guys back over here. Let's try and just knock them into the desert so we can farm Desert Fox. What are you guys doing? Stop doing that. We have to Zili Feng Tian more. I mean, that's fine. Like, why are these guys moving? We're in the desert. In Yemen. Let's go down to 3 speed. This is getting a little bit ridiculous to manage. Like, I'm taking tiles I don't mean to take. And then you get the the event spam, which is always a constant frustration. You guys take out over here. We move into this mount tile. Other decisions, I don't need more propaganda. That's fine. So we invite these countries into the Russian sphere if they survive. Let's do another blueprint steal. We'll go for that, and let's take a look. What does Germany have? Like, they don't have anything that we don't, so we should, again, maybe we'll get that elusive ahead of time industry bonus. We'll pick this up. This could also grind Mountaineer. Like, I don't know if like Mountaineer is one of those ones. Like, it kind of sucks to grind because it's like pretty costly. Zambia has capitulated. We got a couple units we can grind here, so let's. I mean, I guess that's good enough. Rural tractor plants. Let's go for this. Try for this over here. he is learning Desert Fox and Mountaineer and Trickster, like a bunch of things. So like that's good. I'm holding, like we're pretty much at my 2-hour cap for these videos here, so I'm going to stop this and pick this up in a bit. I will see you guys next time.